Welcome back. So, yeah, people have been finding out more about parrots and their social life. I think for anyone who's ever met a parrot, you instantly get the impression that they are pretty smart. They seem to be quite affectionate, interested, and interactive with their owners and with each other. So, for a long time, the myth persisted that when parrots speak, or imitate your speech that you say to them, that's all it is. They're just perhaps copying a sound and memorizing a set of sounds, that they have no understanding of what they're saying. But more recently, more research has been done, and they do actually understand quite a lot of what they say. They can put words into new orders that they haven't heard before. And so they are using the calls, in a kind of communicative way. So they're smarter than we ever knew. So if they are able to communicate in this sophisticated way, who are they communicating with? Do they need someone or something to communicate with? So the researchers took I think 18 parrots and gave them a sort of iPad fitted up with Zoom, and they could sort of Zoom call other parrots in the group. And they wanted to see, would they use this? Would they come back to this? Would they actually like talking to other parrots? And all 18 parrots did. They even had sort of favorites. They would sort of, I guess, make friends with certain other parrots, keep choosing certain parrots over others. And so, yeah, I guess we realized that they are much more in need of communication. They enjoy communication, and maybe solitary parrots are not going to be happy, that they're going to become depressed and lonely if they are denied communication. So, parrots need pals.
I wonder if there was a parrot that had the least amount of communication, the unpopular parrot.
The loser parrot that no one liked.
I don't like calling you anyway.
Oh, no. Well, just like human society, some people are more popular than others.
Yeah. Or more introverted than others.
Oh, yes. Maybe it was just a shy parrot.
Yeah.
Yes. I get in the article, it happened to mention other animals that show some interest in interacting through a screen. Like the writer, his cat, I think, had been trying to touch some
hyenas or raccoons or something.
Other animals on screen, not realizing, that it's a screen, thinking they're really there. Have you ever seen a kid do that?
Can I be considered a kid?
Yes, you have been a kid. Yes. You maybe still are.
Every once in a while, there is some sort of food depiction on a TV show, and I feel like I reach towards the screen and I touch it, and I'm like, if only I could get in there. If only I could get in there. Yes, I think kids do this a lot. Although more commonly they just look at the screen. There's every once in a while they'll walk up and touch it. You'll see it on YouTube. And then someone yells at them for putting fingerprints on the screen, and you're like, it's just a kid. Let it have fingerprints. Wash it with some Windex later.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was not my childhood. I just thought of that.
Well, yeah. I think my parents were, don't touch the screen. But that was when I was old enough to understand.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't be touching it.
And then you did it anyway, because we all did.
So if we've discovered that parrots are highly social and need, interaction and communication, what other pets maybe are highly social and perhaps shouldn't be kept alone as single pets? What else do you think?
This is a little bit, I don't know if I want to say controversial, but I think it can be an issue as we see the development of dogs as pets in some countries. Dogs are not supposed to be alone either. They should have interaction with especially other dogs, but especially other humans too, because the more alone you put a dog, of course it can be depressed, but it can also become very scared, very angry, protective, territorial, and the more you expose it to a social situation, the more it becomes friendly. Typically. So I think among popular pets, dogs need to have more social interactions than I'm seeing. Cats, just let them do what they want. They always have done what they want, and they always will do what they want. Yeah,
cats are better at having alone time. Dogs, pack animals, I think.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be. In the wild,
Yeah.
they're just not wired that way to be alone.
No.
But with the parrots as well, I wonder, does it have to be with another parrot or can it just interact with its owner? You know, if you talk to the parrot and play with it and do things with it, is that good enough or does it have to be another parrot?
But like, you can imagine if you were it was you and a person who speaks a language you don't, right? You're like, great, it's another person, but sometimes I want a deeper conversation. Maybe parrots also want that, like, conversation with other parrots.
Yeah, fair point. Give your animals lots of social time, unless they're cats. Give them social time, but also give them independent
only when
time
they
as
want
well.
social time.
Yes.
And when they scratch and claw and bite you, and you're like, okay, it's social time's done.
Step back. Anyway, let's take a look at the vocabulary, not just mimic it, but understand it, comprehend it deeply, and hopefully remember it for the future. And we will see you in the next article.
Pet.
Pet.
Mimic.
Mimic.
Mindlessly.
Mindlessly.
Pathogen.
Pathogen.
Conundrum.
Conundrum.